Welcome to this session today, the weekly discovery tips. I am Nelly Kwasumi. Today we'll be talking about making meaning in life. And what I'll cover today is, what is the meaning that you make in life? How do you determine meaningful situations? How to create meaning in life? Creating meaning with kindness, and what is already meaningful. So we have various situations that go on in our lives, and we make meaning of things in our lives depending on the importance, the significance, and the value that we put on those things and the explanations we give, and how that matters to us. Not all meaningful situations are happy or are good or what we expect. Sometimes there are like misgivings. There are things that is beyond our imagination, things that we think cannot happen to us, or we don't expect that they'll happen to us. But everything that happens is for a reason. Sometimes at the immediate, when that happens, we might blame ourselves because we do not understand why such things have to happen. But like, we get information that things happen because that is where we are meant to grow in our lives. And if we don't deal with those situations, they will keep coming up because we have a purpose being on earth. And things happen in preparation for us to meet our goal, our purpose on earth. So when things happen, it's not for you to blame yourself or to think that, oh, this is only happening to me. Instead, think of the reason or the lesson that you can learn from that event. Positive intelligence says every event can be converted into a gift. Initially, you might think, oh, this bad thing has happened to me in my life. How can someone say I can convert it into a gift? The way you can do that is, think about that situation. What is the lesson you can learn from that situation? If you don't calm yourself down and you blame yourself, you will be unable to learn the lesson from that event. So you need to accept and acknowledge that event. And then you start looking for the small positive things that come out from that event. And then gradually you might start picking up that, oh, I have learned this, or this is what I need to adjust in my life. So it's just going on and on and on. And remember, people interpret events very differently. The same event can happen, say, in a room of 10 people, and people will react differently as well as interpret that event very differently. We might ask, why then do people interpret the same event differently? It's because of different interpretations people have of themselves, situations, and other people. Again, it could be from people's different life experiences, people's personalities. So all of those contribute to why people interpret things very differently. The next point is, how do you make situations to be meaningful? There are sometimes we say significant events. For instance, giving birth to a child is a very significant event because you are bringing forth another human being. So it is very important. And you seeing that child from, you had that baby in your stomach, you were nurturing the baby, but you could not see the baby, though you could notice the movement. But then when that baby comes out into the world, other people can see, you yourself can see the baby you carried in your womb for 9 months. You appreciate nature, that from where did the baby come from? From a little liquid to now a full human being. And you are part of creation. So it is very, very meaningful. Another meaningful situation could be when you are getting married, when you are getting divorced, relationship breakdown. Those are significant events because of the emotions we attach to them. Another one could be the death of a loved one, because we know that that person has gone from our physical being and we will not be able to see that person. But like we read that people transform, nothing dies, they just change their form. But in the physical form, we are unable to see this person. How to create meaning in life. There are various ways you can help someone. It could be your neighbor, your parents, just anyone that you are moved to help. You might volunteer. It could be in your local community, whatever opportunities are available. Even if there are no opportunities available, you can ask someone, just tell someone you want to help them if there's anything they are struggling with. You can start an important project which will benefit those in your community. You can engage in something challenging. It is common for us to say we want to stay in our comfort zone. And the truth is that we do not grow in our comfort zone. So you need to do something challenging. So you challenge yourself and it push you to move forward, because you will deal with uncertainties, unknown situations that you will face when trying out challenging things. Another one is express yourself. Sometimes we have a lot of ideas in our heads, but without having courage to express ourselves, we keep those ideas in our heads. And it does not produce any fruit because we are the only ones who know about it. Whereas, if we express ourselves, share that idea that we have, other people will benefit from it. Other people will help you to develop that little idea that you might consider. And before you know it, it might turn out to be a massive idea that will make massive contribution to other people's lives and to the world at large. Learn something new. Don't only do the same things that you know and you do them very well. Try to learn many other new things, because in this world we can learn every single day, provided we keep an open mind, because there are always things to learn. Create meaning with kindness. Practice to give. And when you practice to give, don't expect anything in return. It is common for us to want to give or help only people we know will help us when we are in need. But if you want to practice kindness, give without expecting anything in return. Be kind to yourself and with those around you. Express compassion. Be compassionate to yourself and to those around you. Be generous. Show self-love. Just take a minute and ask yourself, what are kind acts that I can engage in? That's meaning you. It could be, for example, just smiling to someone. It's a kind act, because now people get so busy, they live in their heads. And some people go for days, months, without even knowing how to smile, because they go around with their problems. But if you smile, smile is so infectious. When you smile, you don't know what you are doing to the other person, because smile because it's infectious. It will help someone to smile back. And you don't know how much relief you've given someone by just being kind to smile. It doesn't cost you anything to smile, though sometimes it is hard for a smile to come by. But practice it because it's a form of showing kindness. Use kind words to people. Instead of being very negative, use positive words to encourage people. So you can use words like, you are amazing, you are kind, you are adorable. Just actually positive words that will lift up someone's morale. You can engage in community service or you join a local program. So this will benefit other people. Again, this is an act of kindness. You can help a neighbor. You can help someone with their shopping. There are just so many ways that you can help people. You can ask, because it's not just to walk into someone's house and say, I want to do this for you. You need to ask them, because if you want to help someone with a particular thing that you have, but then that person you want to help does not need it, then it is not help, because it's coming from your own selfish way of offering that help. But ask this person and they will tell you what they are really struggling with, and you help them. You can engage in clean the street, anything that will benefit other people and yourself. What is already meaningful? Reflect, what are the things that you are doing that are already meaningful? This doesn't mean that you have to go and create things that do not exist, because if you reflect, you will realize that you have already been doing or showing some act of kindness, and that makes meaning in your life. Don't forget to notice that you already have meaningful things in your life. You can spend time with someone who feels lonely. Like you have older people in our society who go on for days without having anyone to talk to. If you find any of those people, spend even 5 minutes with them. You don't know how much uplifting you are impacting in their lives. Sometimes you might appreciate nature by, say, looking at the weather. You sit 1 minute, there's sunshine. The next minute is all cloudy, and then it is raining. All those changes is to appreciate nature. Sometimes you go to a nice hilly scenery and you look at the hills and the sky. They go stretched, unending. That one is just appreciating nature, because if it were left to us humans to create things like that, for me, I don't know where I would even begin. Probably I will be defeated before I even think of doing it. So I don't know about you, but for me, that is it. But those are some of the things I appreciate in nature, and I look at it, and again, it is that being compassionate and being appreciative, show gratitude. Sometimes you look at, like plants, you can put seeds in the soil, but then how does it grow? You appreciate that. So just look within you, around you. What are the things that are meaningful in your life? Help someone. You know, if you show that kindness to someone, in return, you have that feeling of satisfaction, and it brings you happiness. And imagine, what on earth do you want? because I know that most people, if not all, they want happiness. Unfortunately, they experience fear, and that holds them back from experiencing the true happiness that they really want. So for today, this is what I've got to share with you, and the topic is how to make meaning in life. And what I covered is, what is meaning in life? How do you determine meaningful situations? How to create meaning in life? Create meaning with kindness. And what is already meaningful? So this is it for today. Thank you so much, and I look forward to seeing you next week, Wednesday at 6 o'clock for another series on weekly tips. If you want to find out more, go on my website, which is clarifythyuniqueness.co.uk, or you can send me a message and I'll get back to you. Remember, you are unique, you are special. Embrace your weirdness and your imperfections. That makes you so perfect. Thank you and stay blessed. Bye-bye.